All right, Scorpio, let me pull some cards for you because the energy I'm getting right now is absolutely intense. And I need to see what the universe is trying to show us about this massive transformation that's heading your way. So the first card that came out is the Page of Swords. And honestly, when I saw this, I had to take a moment because this energy is so sharp and so clear. This card is telling me that you're about to receive some kind of message or information that's going to completely shift your perspective on everything. Like everything you thought you knew about your situation is about to get flipped on its head. The Page of Swords is all about mental clarity and new ways of thinking, and for Scorpio, this is huge because you guys already have such incredible intuition, but now it's like the universe is giving you this extra layer of intellectual understanding to back up what you've been feeling in your gut all along. I'm seeing someone reaching out to you with news, or maybe you're going to discover something yourself through your own investigation, because let's be real, Scorpios are natural detectives, and you've probably been piecing things together for a while now. This isn't just random information, though. This is the kind of truth that sets you free, the kind that makes everything suddenly make sense. There's an energy of youthfulness here too, like you're going to feel this renewed curiosity about life and this eagerness to learn and grow that maybe you haven't felt in a while. The sword cuts through all the BS and gets straight to the heart of the matter, and that's exactly what's happening for you right now. You're not going to accept surface-level explanations anymore. You're going to dig deeper and ask the hard questions and demand real answers. This is also about communication, so you might find yourself speaking up more assertively about what you want and what you won't tolerate. There's a fearlessness to this energy that I absolutely love, because it's like you're finally ready to stand in your truth no matter what anyone else thinks. The Page of Swords can sometimes indicate a younger person coming into your life with important information, but it can also just represent this part of you that's waking up and getting ready to take on the world with fresh eyes and a sharp mind. I'm also getting that you need to be careful about how you use this mental energy because swords can cut both ways, right? So while it's amazing that you're gaining all this clarity, you also want to make sure you're not being overly critical of yourself or others. Channel this energy into productive problem solving rather than getting caught up in negative thought spirals. Trust that the information coming to you now is divinely guided, and it's meant to help you move forward, not keep you stuck in analysis paralysis. The second card is the Six of Swords, and wow. Okay, so this is confirmation that you are literally in the process of moving away from something that has been weighing you down. This card shows a boat moving across water toward calmer shores, and that's exactly what's happening in your life right now, Scorpio. You're transitioning out of a difficult period and into something so much better. The Six of Swords is one of those cards that always makes me emotional because it represents the courage it takes to leave behind what's familiar, even when it's painful, and trust that there's something better waiting for you. I can feel that you've been through some really choppy waters lately. Maybe there's been conflict or stress or just this general feeling of being overwhelmed by life's challenges, and you've reached this point where you know you can't stay where you are anymore. This card is telling me that the journey you're about to take, whether it's physical, emotional, or spiritual, is going to bring you so much peace. There's help available to you during this transition too. Notice how in the card, there's usually someone steering the boat, meaning you're not doing this alone even if it feels like it sometimes. The universe has your back, and there are people or resources showing up to support you through this change. This is also about leaving behind old thought patterns and belief systems that no longer serve you, like you're literally sailing away from an old version of yourself and toward the person you're meant to become. I'm getting such a strong sense of relief with this card, like you've been holding your breath for so long and finally you can exhale. The waters ahead might not be perfectly smooth, but they're definitely calmer than what you've been dealing with, and that's what matters. This transition period requires patience, though, because you can't rush the journey across the water, right? You have to trust the process and know that you're moving in the right direction, even if you can't see the destination yet. For some of you, this might literally mean a physical move or travel that brings new opportunities. But for most of you, it's about this internal shift where you're finally ready to let go of what's been holding you back and embrace a new chapter. The Six of Swords is such a hopeful card because it promises that better days are coming, and you're actively moving toward them with every choice you make. Now, the third card that appeared is the Knight of Pentacles. And this energy is so grounding after those first two cards. While the Page of Swords was about quick mental energy, and the Six of Swords was about movement and transition, the Knight of Pentacles is telling you that you need to slow down and be really methodical about how you're building your future. This knight doesn't rush into anything. He takes his time and does things properly, and that's the energy you need to embody right now. I'm seeing that there's an opportunity coming your way that's going to require dedication and hard work, but the payoff is going to be absolutely worth it. This could be related to career or finances or even a relationship, but whatever it is, you need to approach it with patience and persistence. The Knight of Pentacles is the most reliable and dependable of all the knights, and he's showing up to tell you that consistency is key right now. You can't just have a burst of motivation and then give up when things get hard. You need to show up every single day and put in the work even when you don't feel like it. This is about building something solid and lasting, creating a foundation that can support your dreams for the long term. I'm also getting that this card might represent a person coming into your life who embodies these qualities, someone who's stable and trustworthy and committed to building something real with you. If you're asking about love, this person isn't going to sweep you off your feet with grand romantic gestures right away, but they're going to show you through their actions over time that they're serious about you. They're the kind of person who does what they say they're going to do, and that's incredibly valuable, especially for Scorpio, who needs to be able to trust someone completely before letting them in. If this is about career or money, the Knight of Pentacles is such a positive sign because it indicates steady progress and financial stability. You might not become rich overnight, but you're building wealth gradually through smart decisions and hard work. This card is also reminding you to take care of your physical health and your physical environment because the Pentacles are all about the material world. Make sure you're eating well, exercising, taking care of your body, and creating a living space that feels peaceful and organized. The Knight of Pentacles teaches us that success is a marathon, not a sprint, and that slow and steady really does win the race. The fourth card is the Eight of Swords, and oh man, this one hit me hard because I can feel how much you've been feeling trapped or limited in some way, Scorpio. The Eight of Swords shows a figure who's blindfolded and surrounded by swords. But here's the thing that most people miss about this card. The bindings are loose enough that the person could free themselves if they just realized they had the power to do so. This card is all about self-imposed limitations and the ways we keep ourselves stuck through our own thoughts and beliefs. You've been telling yourself a story about why you can't have what you want or why you're stuck in this situation, and that story has become so convincing that you've actually started to believe it. But the universe is showing me that those limitations aren't as real as you think they are. You have so much more power and freedom than you're currently allowing yourself to see. This card often comes up when someone is dealing with anxiety or feeling paralyzed by fear of making the wrong choice. And I'm getting that you might be overthinking things to the point where you're not taking any action at all. The Eight Swords surrounding you represent all the different thoughts and worries swirling around in your mind, and they're keeping you from seeing the path forward clearly. But notice that there's always a gap in those swords. There's always a way out if you're willing to take off the blindfold and look for it. The Eight of Swords is asking you to examine what beliefs you're holding on to that are keeping you stuck, and to question whether those beliefs are actually true or if they're just stories you've been telling yourself. A lot of times this card indicates that other people's opinions or expectations have created a cage around you, and you've forgotten that you can just step out of that cage whenever you're ready. The victim mentality is strong with this card, and while it's totally valid to acknowledge when you've been hurt or wronged at some point, you have to reclaim your power and take responsibility for where you go from here. This is such an important card for your reading because it's showing me that the main thing standing between you and your dreams right now is your own mind. Once you shift your perspective and realize that you're not actually as trapped as you feel, everything is going to open up for you. The Eight of Swords is uncomfortable, but it's also incredibly liberating once you understand its message. Card number 5 is Justice, and oh my God. Scorpio, this is everything right now. Justice is such a powerful card, and for your sign especially, it carries so much weight because you guys have such a strong sense of right and wrong. This card is telling me that karma is about to balance things out in a major way. Whatever you've been going through, whatever unfairness you've experienced, the scales are about to tip back in your favor. Justice is about truth being revealed and people getting what they deserve, whether that's rewards or consequences. If someone has wronged you, they're about to face the music, and if you've been working hard and doing the right thing, you're about to be recognized and rewarded for it. This card also indicates that a decision or judgment is coming, and it's going to be fair, and based on facts, not emotions. If you're dealing with any legal matters or contracts, this is an incredibly positive sign that things will work out in your favor. But justice isn't just about external circumstances. It's also calling you to look at your own actions and make sure you're being fair and honest in all your dealings. Are you treating people the way you want to be treated? Are you taking responsibility for your part in situations, or are you playing the victim? Are you being truthful with yourself about what you really want? Justice demands integrity and authenticity, and it's asking you to make sure your actions are aligned with your values. This is also a card about cause and effect, about understanding that every choice you make has consequences that ripple out into the future. The Justice card is ruled by Libra, and it brings this energy of balance and equilibrium that might feel unfamiliar to intense Scorpio energy, but it's exactly what you need right now. You've been through so much imbalance and chaos, and now things are finally leveling out. Truth is coming to light, and clarity is replacing confusion. For some of you, this might mean that a legal situation resolves in your favor, or that you finally get answers you've been seeking. For others, it might be about karmic justice, where someone who hurt you experiences consequences for their actions without you having to do anything at all. The universe has a way of making things right, and justice is here to assure you that no one gets away with anything forever. What's done in the dark always comes to light, and truth always prevails eventually. The 6th card that came through is the High Priestess. And wow, the energy just shifted completely when this card appeared. The High Priestess is the card of intuition and hidden knowledge and psychic abilities. And as a Scorpio, you already have a natural connection to this energy, but right now it's being amplified like crazy. This card is telling me that you need to trust your gut feelings more than ever, because your intuition is off the charts accurate right now. You're picking up on things that other people completely miss, and you're receiving downloads and insights from the universe that are guiding you toward your highest good. The High Priestess sits between two pillars representing the conscious and unconscious mind, and she has access to both realms, which is exactly where you are right now. You're able to tap into deeper wisdom and understanding that goes beyond logic or reasoning. This is a time to pay attention to your dreams, because they're carrying important messages for you. Keep a dream journal by your bed and write down whatever you remember as soon as you wake up, because those symbols and images are trying to tell you something. The High Priestess is also about secrets and things that are hidden beneath the surface, and I'm getting that there's information that's going to come to you in unexpected ways. You might overhear something or notice a pattern or just suddenly know something without being able to explain how you know it. Trust that knowing. Don't try to rationalize it or talk yourself out of it. Your psychic abilities are heightened right now, and you're being guided by forces beyond your understanding. This card also represents the divine feminine energy, and it's asking you to embrace your feminine power, whether you're male or female. This is about receptivity and intuition and emotional intelligence and the ability to flow with life rather than trying to force things. The High Priestess doesn't chase or push or demand. She simply knows and trusts and allows things to unfold in their own time. This might be challenging for Scorpio, who likes to feel in control, but the lesson here is about surrendering to the mystery and having faith that you don't need to know every detail of how things will work out. There's magic happening behind the scenes that you can't see yet, and the High Priestess is asking you to trust the process. This card can also indicate that you need to spend more time in meditation or quiet reflection, because that's when the deepest wisdom comes through. Turn off the noise of the external world and listen to the whispers of your soul. Card 7 is the Moon. And this is interesting because we just had the High Priestess, which is all about trusting your intuition. And now the Moon is coming in to add another layer to that message. The Moon is one of the most mystical and mysterious cards in the entire deck, and it deals with the realm of the subconscious and illusions, and things that aren't quite what they seem. This card is telling me that there's something in your situation that's not clear yet. There's some confusion or uncertainty that needs to be illuminated before you can move forward. The Moon asks you to pay attention to what's lurking beneath the surface, because not everything is being shown to you right now. There might be deception involved, or people might be hiding their true intentions, or you might be deceiving yourself about something. But here's the thing. The Moon isn't necessarily a negative card, even though it can feel uncomfortable, because it's pushing you to look deeper and see beyond the illusions. Your subconscious mind is trying to communicate with you through feelings and dreams and hunches, and you need to pay attention to those subtle signals. If something feels off, it probably is. Trust that feeling even if you can't prove it logically. The Moon is also about fears and anxieties that come up when we're in the unknown, and I'm getting that you might be dealing with some fear right now about what's coming or what you can't control. That's totally normal and valid, but don't let that fear paralyze you. The Moon asks you to walk through the fear and trust that there's a path forward, even when you can't see it clearly. This is a time to be patient and wait for more information to be revealed, rather than making big decisions when things are still unclear. The Moon's light is reflective, not direct, which means sometimes we're seeing shadows and distortions rather than the full truth. Give it time for things to come into focus. This card is also deeply connected to cycles and phases, just like the actual moon in the sky, and it's reminding you that you're in a particular phase of your journey right now that requires rest and introspection. You can't be in full go mode all the time. Sometimes you need to retreat and recharge and let things percolate beneath the surface. For creative people, the Moon is an incredible card because it opens up access to the imagination and the dream world where all art and creativity is born. If you've been feeling called to express yourself creatively, now is the time to lean into that. The 8th card is 9 of Wands, and this one really speaks to what you've been through, Scorpio. The 9 of Wands shows someone who's been through battle and is standing guard with one last wand in hand, while 8 others stand behind them. This person looks tired and wounded, but they're still standing, and they're not giving up. That's you right now. You've been through so much and you're exhausted, and you might be feeling like you don't know how much more you can take, but this card is telling me that you're so close to the finish line. You're in the final stretch, and yes, it's hard, but you have the strength to see this through. The 9 of Wands is about resilience and perseverance, and that warrior spirit that refuses to quit no matter what. You've built up this incredible strength through all your challenges, and while it might not feel like it, right now, all of that struggle has made you unbreakable. Nobody can take you down because you've already survived your worst, and you're still here. This card is also a warning to stay vigilant and protect what you've built, because there might be one more challenge or obstacle that comes up before you reach your goal. Don't let your guard down completely just yet. Stay alert and prepared, while also not becoming paranoid or defensive. There's a fine line between healthy boundaries and walls that keep everyone out, and the 9 of Wands asks you to find that balance. You've earned the right to be protective of yourself after what you've been through, but don't let past hurts prevent you from being open to new possibilities. This card often comes up when someone is dealing with battle fatigue or burnout. And if that's you right now, please know that it's okay to rest and recover. You don't have to push through on empty. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is acknowledge that you need a break. The Nine of Wands is telling me that victory is within reach, but you need to pace yourself and not burn out right before you cross the finish line. Draw on all the strength and wisdom you've gained through your experiences and know that you're more powerful than you realize. Every challenge you've overcome has prepared you for this moment, and you absolutely have what it takes to succeed. Card 9 is Three of Cups, and finally we get some celebration energy after all these intense cards. The Three of Cups is all about joy and friendship and coming together to celebrate good news and happy occasions. This card is showing me that after all the struggle and transformation you've been going through, there's a time of genuine happiness and connection waiting for you. You're going to be reunited with people who lift you up and make you feel good about yourself. There's going to be laughter and celebration and moments of pure joy that remind you why life is worth living. The Three of Cups often indicates celebrations like weddings or births or graduations or any kind of milestone that brings people together, but it can also just represent those spontaneous moments of connection where everything feels light and easy and fun. For Scorpio, who tends to carry everything so seriously, this energy is going to feel like a breath of fresh air. You're going to remember how to play and enjoy yourself without overthinking everything. This card is also about community and finding your people, the ones who truly get you and support you and want to see you win. If you've been feeling isolated or alone, that's about to change because new friendships or rekindled old friendships are coming in that are going to nourish your soul. The Three of Cups can sometimes indicate a romantic situation where there's a third party involved, so if you're asking about love, be aware of that possibility. But in your reading, I'm feeling this is more about platonic connections and sisterhood or brotherhood. The energy here is feminine and nurturing and creative, and it's inviting you to express yourself freely and authentically without judgment. There's an innocence and purity to this card that's really beautiful, and it's reminding you that life doesn't always have to be so deep and intense and heavy. Sometimes it's okay to just have fun and be silly and enjoy the moment without analyzing it to death. The Three of Cups is associated with abundance and overflow because the cups in the card are raised high and spilling over with wine or liquid representing blessings that are so plentiful they can't be contained. That's the energy coming into your life now. An overflow of good things that you can't help but share with others. The 10th and final card is King of Pentacles, and this is the energy that everything has been building toward. The King of Pentacles represents mastery of the material world and absolute abundance and success in all practical matters. This king has built an empire through hard work and smart decisions, and now he's reaping the rewards of his efforts. This card is telling me that you're stepping into your power as a creator and manifester, and you're about to see tangible, real-world results from all the inner work and transformation you've been doing. The King of Pentacles is the wealthiest card in the entire deck, and he shows up to tell you that financial abundance and material security are yours for the taking. This might come through a promotion or a new business venture or an investment paying off or just a general upleveling of your lifestyle and resources. But it's not just about money. The King of Pentacles represents a state of being where you feel completely secure and grounded and confident in your ability to provide for yourself and your loved ones. You're becoming that person who has their life together, who makes smart decisions, who builds things that last. This king is also incredibly generous, and he uses his resources to help others and create opportunities for the people around him. As you step into this energy, you're going to find yourself in a position where you can be of service and share your abundance, whether that's financial or knowledge or support. The King of Pentacles is a natural leader in the business world, and people trust him because he's proven himself through consistent results. This might mean that you're going to be recognized as an expert in your field, or that you're going to step into a leadership role where you're guiding others. For Scorpio, this is such a powerful card because it shows you using your natural intensity and focus to build something real and lasting in the physical world. You're not just dreaming anymore, you're actualizing those dreams and turning them into concrete reality. The King of Pentacles is also a reminder to enjoy the fruits of your labor and to create beauty and comfort in your physical environment. Invest in quality things that will last, treat yourself well, create a home that feels like a sanctuary. You've earned it. So, Scorpio, let me tell you what I'm seeing when I look at all these cards together, because the story here is absolutely incredible. You're in the middle of a massive transformation that's touching every area of your life, and while it hasn't been easy, the outcome is going to be so worth it. The universe is clearing out everything that doesn't serve you and making space for blessings that are beyond what you've even imagined. There's this theme of truth and clarity running through your reading, with the Page of Swords and Justice and the High Priestess all pointing to the fact that you're seeing things as they really are for the first time. Illusions are falling away, and you're stepping into your power as someone who knows who they are and what they want. The journey might still have some challenges ahead, as shown by the Nine of Wands and the Moon, but you have everything you need to navigate through them successfully. And at the end of this journey, the King of Pentacles is waiting, showing you that all of this struggle and growth is leading you to a place of absolute abundance and mastery. Trust the process, Scorpio. Trust your intuition, and know that you're being divinely guided every step of the way.